Happy Sunday, everyone.
What's
Warner
up,
wearing,
everybody?
Warner wearing a nice sweater, not to be confused with the red sweater, though. Not to be.
I didn't realize that was so
Yeah.
iconic.
Well, we brought it up. It came up this week, right? As well. At some point,
Yeah,
it came up, I think. Yeah. Cool.
that's
Good to
funny.
see everyone.
How are we doing, everybody? Locomotion, Nadia, Jules, Armand. What's
Mark.
up, guys? What's up, Nate? Mark, how you guys doing? Yeah, so we'll be live for probably 25, 30 minutes, something like that. A little bit of a shorter stream tonight. If you're watching on the replay, we got the free training going down on Wednesday night. I'm going to be kind of a Q4-centric masterclass for you guys. Should be an hour and a half, 2 hours, followed by Q&A. Tons of value for you guys. So go ahead and get registered for that. It's completely free. It's in the description. Yeah, let us know what we can help out with.
Cool. Sweet. All right.
Angel's asking where Pickle Rick is.
Right. Yeah. Hey, good call. Yeah, good call.
What up, Aaron? How's it going, man? Amazon closed a lost shipment case. You provided proof of purchase, proof of delivery. How should you move forward? Try to add as much more detail as you can. So, like, track down any tracking numbers. If you have the tracking numbers from like the UPS when you dropped it off, that kind of stuff, that's even better. But like, you're just gonna have to submit as much data as possible that links all back to those items.
Cool. So, did you see that Aaron already linked with someone IRL, like literally week 1?
Oh yeah. I saw. I guess I didn't. I forgot that he was so early on in the journey. He's already like, that's awesome.
Yeah, that's got to be a record too.
Yeah.
I would say. Hey guys, I'm curious if SellerAmp says an item sells 20 per month, how many per month will it sell in November, December, and January? Yeah, James, so significantly more, right? But the key is that it might be that the sales rank might not change, but overall velocity just industry-wide increases a lot during that month. So I don't know the specifics, but it should be at least like 2x, I think, right?
It depends on the item. Like,
Well,
yeah. James, look at how the Keepa did last year. That's like the biggest thing. Go check like the SellerAmp charts, that kind of thing. See if it dipped way down in sales. If it stayed pretty much the same, it's probably going to be around 20.
Yeah.
But more than likely, it'll be a lot more.
Okay, we got Steven. Oh, they're showing love in the IG chat too. What up, Melly? What up, Misha? What up, Steven? There, my bad. I missed dinner on Friday night, boys. Is a heavy item like flour and stuff worth it to sell? Yeah, so definitely. You'll see that other people are selling those types of products on Amazon. It's a little tricky with shipping though, so you got to make sure you're super profitable before shipping.
For sure. Video game specific. If the rank stayed the same, all video games are selling faster. If the rank stayed the same, it means it sold faster. So I would stock up a little bit more.
Yeah, and the nice part, James, too, is you can see like the competition was probably moving a lot faster on Keepa too in December. So it's nice that we have all that data so you can take advantage of that stuff too right there. Damn, Sadiq, I did not know that was the first time we linked. That was probably pretty close to 6 months ago to the day in April. I remember that. What up, Ross? Can the gas spent during RA trips be considered a business expense? So, I mean, definitely talk to a CPA, but, typically that kind of stuff is cool right there.
Yeah, you should take like a per mile. That's what works out better. Unless you got like a supercar, it's you usually want per mile instead of right now. Yeah, unless you're doing RA in the Lambo, then you might want depreciation. But
do you think that's funny? Do you think hoodies are a good buy right now? Yeah, dude. So like, I think a lot of people overestimate the seasonality of stuff. Like, good products sell all year round. Like, sure, a hoodie is going to sell a lot quicker in the winter, but like, stuff can still be super profitable in the summer, even if the rank goes up to like a 40K or like a 100K or whatever, right there. So yeah, man, I mean, it's always, as long as the data looks good, man.
For sure. Like all the winter type clothing will be good. Super giftable, sells super fast. Like those are great categories.
Yeah, best of both worlds. And there's a lot of sales, especially like Black Friday, when you can get that stuff in quick and then turn it around super quick and merchant fill. That stuff's really, really life-changing.
Is it true that the less boxes, the less shipping is going to cost? It'd be more like the closer you're out of 50 pounds. So honestly, like sometimes they'll like, I mean, yeah. So less boxes, less shipping. Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. Now that I think about it, usually, yeah, like the closer to 50 pounds is kind of what you're getting for like cheapest shipping.
Yeah, and then like the more economies of scale, like you can start doing pallets and stuff too down the line. If the SellerAmp shows private label, but a good number of present sellers, can I still list the item? So first of all, you can just go see if you can list the item, but in general, it's probably that like the 30-day average is like 2 or 3 is probably what's causing that.
Yeah, it's just warning you that there's like only a couple sellers on average, maybe one seller on average. So it's like, hey, it could be private labels. Take a look.
So if Amazon says to submit a new submission, application. My bad, Tyler. Yeah, just add a new info, man. Tracking number or something on that. Tracking number, credit card statement, picture of the product if you haven't.
Download an app to track your miles. Yeah, so Mark, the thing, I did not track my miles the first year I was doing it. If you guys forgot to track your miles, your Google Maps is tracking your timeline. So go to your Google Maps timeline, and you can figure out how many miles you drove that way.
So you let the government track you and just use their own ammo against you.
They're gonna get that data anyway. We might as well get like our mileage read off for like some minorly useful things if they're gonna harvest every bit of data. So
Facts. Do y'all suggest using a site like PirateShip for FBM instead of buying labels through Amazon? So occasionally you're going to use PirateShip, but not often. It's way easier to do it through Amazon. It's more insured through Amazon. Occasionally Amazon's going to be super expensive for whatever reason. And then in that case, you want to try over on PirateShip. Definitely. And then if you guys want like a full walkthrough of how to do FBM really the right way, go to howtofbm.com. I have this whole Google Doc breaking out a ton of that stuff that you should take a look at right there.
For sure. Thoughts on selling generic listings that are yeah, stay away from generic brand listings, Derek. If you're looking at the listing, it says brand generic. I assume that's what you're talking about. Those are Amazon's cracking down on those recently to begin with, so you might get some like inauthentics, IPs, that kind of stuff. Plus the pages can get changed by almost anyone if it's a generic brand, so you'll end up with some change to a multi-pack or something you don't have, and yeah, just I would stay away.
Why do they ban certain ASINs with compliance papers randomly? Dude, that's a great question. Honestly, they typically come back. Oftentimes the ASINs don't really get banned though. They just give you a little thing in your account health and then nothing happens.
Yeah, it's actually insane how many products like that you get a warning and nothing happens. So like
backpacks especially.
Yeah, backpacks is a big one. Like going into back to school, I got them on like a bunch. I was like, I don't know what's going on. We just sold them. It doesn't matter.
I like low-key think I still have those on my account. Okay. All I sell is nut bars from Costco. Dude, that sounds great. What you should do is go on those listings and storefront stock from them, even if it's online, and then you'll find a ton of other products that are also from Costco too that you can arbitrage and make some money on.
For sure. If there's a listing, your picture is slightly different than the picture, would you sell it? If it's the same, if you know it's the same item, then yeah. So like sometimes you'll see like maybe a slightly different packaging or something like that. Like check the nutrition facts, check the UPC, all that kind of stuff. If that all lines up, like if you're super confident it's the same item, then yeah, rip it.
Geraldine in the building. Geraldine was tearing up some RA today. Will Amazon favor me if I jump on ASIN with only FBM sellers? Assuming you mean as an FBA seller, Kevin. And yeah, I think that's a great idea, man. Good thinking on that too.
System for differentiating new listings from old listings and you get out of stock notifications. Yeah, so like if you're talking about the ones from Amazon, you typically don't really necessarily even need to look at it because your costs are going to change, like all that kind of stuff. It can be a good like thing to glance at and be like, oh, I was out of stock. I'm actually doing a restock. But you should have some kind of systems where every once a week, that kind of thing, you're just checking to see what went out of stock, like doing it that way rather than just like randomly restocking.
Yeah, and you start to have better and better problems where, you're selling more of stuff, so you have to actively work to keep it in stock. And that's, a way better problem to have to deal with than needing to deploy capital and needing to find your listings and stuff. And you're obviously always going to deal with that.
Yeah, with all these Black Friday sales and stuff, you will have the money problem before you ever have a leads problem, Diego.
Oh, yeah. Have you ever sold anything off those Chinese sites? So no, I would love to do private label in the future, but not currently. You want to... If you're going to be buying off like Alibaba, AliExpress, that kind of stuff, you should be doing it with the idea of creating a listing on Amazon, not selling on listings that already exist because it's either going to be fake or it's someone else's private label and they're going to kick you off.
Yeah, you're not buying Adidas shoes on Alibaba for $4. Those Adidas shoes have 4 stripes on them.
Okay, here we go. Sorry, I meant not leaving listings open that need to be closed. I have a bad in-stock rate. Well, my friend, luckily your bad in-stock rate isn't going to do quite literally nothing to you. So I wouldn't worry about it at all.
Yeah, the only thing it affects is buy box rotation, like a little bit. If you are able to stay in stock for a long time, you'll start getting favored, but that's like pretty much it. So I wouldn't worry about it.
Yeah, and that'll actually be a really good thing for a lot of you guys. And that comes back to like little tricks you can use, like setting on max order quantities on products and then setting your stock as 999 if you can get infinite of them. Close to infinite of them, or if you and your friends are all selling the same listings, you could always get them to fulfill too, and such.
You leaving listings open need to be closed. You'd only really need to close listings if you're worried about getting like an IP complaint on them, because if you if you delete all your listings, then you'll start forgetting about products that you sold in the past. A lot of times, just like digging through your Seller Central, like digging through your software that pulls everything you've sold in the past. If you delete it, it's going to get deleted from a lot of those apps, and you like forget about replens.
Cool. All right, nice. What are some hints that show a product is going to tank in price? Yeah, it's typically where it's coming from. If it's really, really easy to find, or if obviously the seller count's shooting up, there's a very good chance those are going to happen. And those are two different touch points in a product's lifetime, basically. But the nice thing is like certain suppliers are way easier than others, and naturally those suppliers that are easier are going to have more competition on their products.
For sure. What up, D? How's it going? We got D in the building tonight. It's been a while. I don't know if I've seen D in chat in a minute.
Oh, you've been lacking. No. She's been there.
Okay.
Yeah. Is it okay to jump on a product if the product is an exact match, but the UPC doesn't show up on Seller Central? Yes. Very good call. Very good question. There's a ton of products that are like that even have multiple listings on Amazon. And it's super gangster as an FBM seller to list on both of those and print. No. Diego, my man, don't worry about the in-stock rate, my brother in Christ. Like, trust me. Do not worry about it, man. Do not worry about it. Like, don't worry about it, man.
Yeah, and the only thing that would matter for is if you're running into stock limits, and you're probably not running into stock limits based on the questions.
Yeah.
If you are, then awesome, keep it up. Selling through stuff does boost the number, but it probably doesn't matter for you yet.
But a new design still listed, Robert. It kind of depends. If it was like a shoe, I'd be cool with that, but definitely not if it was a consumable.
For sure. Is it worth creating a new listing for FBA product? I think it is if you have some way to protect it. If you don't have a way to protect the listing, then probably not worth the effort. So if you have a trademark or something like that and you can bundle it with like your own spoon brand, then yeah, do it. But if you're just like throwing up a listing that anyone else can throw on, it's probably not worth making another listing for it.
You said you do Nike merch. Only sizes that make sense. So like typically, you know what I mean? Maybe say there's like 8 sizes on a listing, you find something profitable, like 2 or 3 typically are good, or sometimes all of them are good if you really hit a jackpot.
Yeah, it depends on the sale. Sometimes you stumble on a sale and it's just like anything under the sun is profitable. So find one of those.
Okay, this is some stream exclusive free game here. Stream exclusive free game. You can go on blackfriday.com and you can see past sales on your favorite websites right there. So
which is also good to know, like which sale is good this year compared to last year. Like who's really feeling a slowdown, who's going to give you the cheapest inventory in town. Like, yeah.
And the huge thing is the dates too, because certain sales start on certain dates. So you can see what days they started last year and be able to take advantage of that stuff.
That's true. Yeah. Have your capital ready for the day that sale is going to land. What do you do about security tags on clothing from online? That's a good question, Matt. Buy like a strong magnet and buy yourself like bolt cutters, both from Amazon, and usually you can get the tag off that way.
Oh, dude, I've gone to war with some of those over the years. Yeah.
For real. And one time, like we were doing that, and then we just throw the ones we couldn't get off into a pile. And so I drive up to the store with like 20 pairs of shoes that all have anti-theft tags still on. It's like, hey, can you help me take these off?
You have those order confirmations too.
Yeah, if you pull out the receipts, like they were chill with it. They were definitely suspect at first, but
the worst criminal in the world. Best way to source for online arbitrage on Amazon. Yeah, so the most profitable way is going to be manual sourcing. However, manual sourcing is also the hardest. Right? If you're a beginner, you want to be doing retail, or you want to be doing reverse sourcing and keep a product finder, and then also definitely do retail arbitrage as well if you're new and you have any of these good suppliers locally too.
For sure. Yeah, and those of you guys who are still trying to understand sourcing, understand Q4, make sure you're coming to the class on Wednesday. We'll be talking a ton about sourcing. I know a lot of that's the questions you guys have.
Yep. Yeah, because there's good products out there, and we need you guys to be able to find them. So make sure if you're on Instagram, head to my link in bio, get registered for that. And same thing with you guys over on YouTube. You can check the link in the description right there as well. And while you're at it, put on your to-do list. Watch Warner's Q4 video that he dropped this week. Absolute fire. Right? It's free. No, it's free. It's free.
I got the FBM master video coming out tomorrow for you guys too.
Wow. All the wealth it's so beautiful. Like I can't even imagine how good everyone's going to be able to print this year, because we were horrible at explaining stuff last year. And like people who have no business putting up 50K, 60, 100, like are doing it left and right. So I need all you guys watching to be in the trenches with us FBM right there. I have a lot of books on me right now. If they don't sell on Amazon, do you suggest eBay? Absolutely. Yeah. Even if, you probably won't make much money from them, but you'll learn a lot.
I mean, anything that's like learning the space you want to get into is useful. It's probably not, even if it's not the most scalable, like why not?
Damn. Just watched the VVV with Oliver Flips. Crazy. We recorded that almost 2 years ago. That's awesome. Yeah. If any of you guys like aren't familiar, we have the Buy Box Bandits podcast. We got like 140 episodes. You can go take a look at it if you want.
Saw a video of I saw the grocery bag one too, Matt. It actually worked for one of them. It's Amazon Q&A stream / how to take anti-theft tags off stream.
Got my felonies going down left and right. What up, Pete, representing Wisconsin? Fire.
What up, Pete? How's it going?
Pete Body.
If you had success bundling products, haven't really necessarily like made our own private label, but obviously tons of bundles like 2-packs and bundling, this type of product with this one, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's why reverse sourcing is such a good method when you're a beginner. Is you end up seeing those tricks that other people are running, like the multiple listings, the bundles, multi listings, all stuff like that. How much do you have to invest to be able to live off profits? So it depends on your own situation, man. I mean, if you're, in college or whatever, like, and maybe your housing's paid for, like you can probably get by on like $500 a month, so like pretty easily, right? Just in terms of like paying for food and stuff, but it's all dependent on your own personal situation, man. And you should plan on going into this with the mindset that you're going to make a lot more than just living off of. Obviously that's going to be hard, but you're going to have the opportunity to, if you can stick with it for a couple of years.
Yeah. Chris, a lot of the money you spend will come back at like 30% ROI after it's all said and done. So if you need to make like 10K, you're spending, basically 30K, right? And then that's 10K on the whole business. So like what a lot of people do is when their business is doubling what they're making off of like the job or whatever, that's when people start thinking about switching. But obviously totally up to you. Like that's a very personal decision.
I saw a TikTok about the Costco Business Center. Should I try sourcing products to them? No. So when you're a beginner, you do not want to look for places to source. You want to look for products to source, which you do via reverse sourcing and looking inside the storefronts of other sellers.
When you do Nike stuff, you buy all the sizes. No, so Project Racing, you just go to like the variations and look at like the fastest selling based on like which has the most reviews or the ones that have the highest price. Like, maybe sometimes only 2 of them will meet your profit standards on a listing. And so you can just specifically sell the ones that are profitable.
What would you say is the average amount of profit per unit sold? Like $4.50 probably for us. It's probably yours a little bit higher, probably like $10.
I actually I wouldn't even have a guess right now. But yeah.
Any specific brands and toys you would suggest to Ungate for Q4 specifically? No, so I don't think you should like just deviate and focus specifically on toys. Only get ungated and stuff you can find profitable. Now, if you do have a bunch of capital, you want to potentially break even and lose stuff on stuff you might not potentially sell, or like broadly in that brand, definitely like Lego, Hasbro, Mattel, and then whatever else the sellers that are selling those products have in their storefronts as well. I'm trying to figure out replens specifically for shoes and clothing. Do you consistently and know are good, then search for those items every time a new sale goes live? Kinda, but that's not what you should do, Spencer. Like you're gonna find replens via your own anecdotal data, in that if you keep getting good at finding one-off listings, right, which every listing begins as, eventually you're gonna have a ton of stuff you can rebuy, and it's really gonna compound for you.
Yeah, so the main thing is make a Google sheet of every lead you've ever found. And then when a sale rolls back around, you can filter that down and say, hey, here's all 200 leads I've found at Nike.com or whatever it is, right?
Yeah, so that's why you guys want to be using SellerAmp, so that you can have like a Q4 sheet, back to school, your favorite websites, Target, Walmart, wherever you like to buy from, out of stock, almost good, any virtual assistants you have, that's awesome. Best category to get ungated in right now. So actually been seeing a ton of success, even more success previously than with the auto ungates. So I posted an auto ungating video about 3 weeks ago on YouTube that you guys should all take a look at. Everyone watching this can go ahead and get it ungated in 100+ brands today, right there. And then I think some of the easiest stuff to start with is like the beauty category, Nike, Adidas, especially if you got outlets nearby, I think are going to give you access to tens of thousands of SKUs. So that's going to be good for some ungates to do.
Yeah, seems like they're loosening up on ungates a little bit. It was strict there for a second. They're making their way up.
I'm in a wave of approvals, but I've never met a person that got approved for Nike on the first try that I didn't like. There's certain laws of the universe. Yeah. There's certain certain laws of the universe.
How do you sell a product if it's sold out? You can't click and get the ASIN. You can probably get it from like back end of Keepa, Tyler, or if it's like a sold out variation, look at the variation wizard.
Yeah, and there's actually like a lot of content around that online. Ironically, you wouldn't expect there to be, but like there totally is. If you just Google variation wizard, you'll have it via that. Just got engaged in grocery, still approval needed. Sees the sub. See approval as a subcategory. So Danielle, apply again with the main category, because sometimes you got to do like toys and Lego for the same thing. So you just got to apply basically.
For sure.
Yeah.
How do you list? Yeah, there's another variation question. So if you guys are trying to add variations that are out of stock or create a variation, I wrote a Twitter thread. I should probably turn it into a YouTube video or something, but I wrote a Twitter thread. Just search like Fields of Profit variations on Twitter and you'll probably get there.
That thread you wrote where it was like weird Amazon things that shouldn't work, but dude, that would be a good video too.
That's true.
Yeah, like a quick hitter, yeah. So look up that variation stuff. When do you suggest stopping FBA shipments and FBMing everything? Yeah, between mid and late November is when you should be stopping doing that, because you should be, you got to really get to know these products. You know what I mean? It's like certain things you're going to start to see are more and more FBM friendly the further we get into November, right? So it starts to become like, it's November 22nd. Do I want to sell this item today? Or do I want to, for some weird reason, because some guy on Twitter that doesn't make money says FBM isn't scalable, do I want to sell it 3 weeks from now, right? Your rich uncles, Warner and Miles, want you to sell that thing today, and then we want you to buy more, then we want you to run it back again on Tuesday, and then run it back again on Friday, right there. You got to squeeze the wealth right there. So yeah, I mean, like at the latest, late November 25th, December 1st.
Yeah, November 20 is what we're shooting for, to have everything for sure that we're going to sell during December. And even that is going to be like a late Christmas period sale.
Don't worry about bundle listings if you're worried about ungating stuff, man, honestly. I don't know. I would assume probably that you can't. But like if you're asking that question, like that stuff's too advanced. I wouldn't worry about that.
Yeah. Do you have knowledge of sellers getting suspended for creating generic listings? Yes. So they're cracking down on that. So that is the listings where the brand says brand generic. I think we're talking about those like at the beginning.
Yep.
If you see that, then don't sell on those listings, and also don't create a listing in that D. You need like your own trademark. It can be like your own like made up name trademark, and you bundle like your own index card or something that doesn't matter with it, but it has to be like you have to own the brand.
How many should a test buy for OAB? Yeah, man. So it's largely dependent on your experience level, right? And that the nice thing, guys, is it's Q4. A lot of stuff is FBMable. You can test buy 2 of something, 1 of something, right? And just destroy the risk that buying 10 or 20 could potentially present if that product goes poorly. Now, if you're going to be all FBA, perhaps then they're going to have to be bigger just based off the rules they're going to have you. But I mean, the way I see it is you want as much proof of concept and as low risk as possible. So that is small test orders of as many things as possible.
Let's see. Purchase items for Adidas rejected 4 times. Yeah, it keeps a bit in Kevin. 4 times isn't completely unreasonable. You can also try annotating the invoice. So like highlighting certain things. So, hey, we're circling, hey, we bought 10 units, circling your address, like making sure that the checklist that you're saying is what you have on the invoice is correct, all that.
What about beer and wine? I'd be shocked. Bro actually did say he saw people selling it. So I assume it was like non-alcoholic or something. But you don't need to be supplying poison to people, man. There's a lot of other products you can be selling. That's for sure.
There's no way that's even allowed on Amazon.
Dude, like non-alcoholic stuff or like, you know what I mean? Maybe it's like merch or something. I don't know. And he like saw the brand or something. What if UPS lost shipment to Amazon? UPS told me Amazon didn't make the claim. Well, if UPS told you that, then yeah, I think I would do that. Like, I think that's where you should.
I looked it up out of curiosity. I do see Whole Foods Market selling actual beer on Amazon. I don't know how that works.
Well, that makes sense. And well, Whole Foods has a liquor, I mean, there's they.
I think they're the only sellers on these listings, but that is interesting. I've never noticed that.
Cleaning up on the vibe. What? See if you can sell one of them. Plug in and see if you can sell one of them.
Get ungated and Bush Light over here.
Oh god. I'm stuck at 5 to 7K a month doing LA. My first goal is at 20K a month. Should I step into wholesale? So no, I definitely you already know what to do. It's just buy more good products, right? So whatever you got to do to find more good products, which is either you finding products on your own paying someone else to help you, or working with other people that are also doing it, right? So you got to pick one of those 3 things and do a lot more of it. But I definitely won't go into wholesale now. You're missing out on a ton of OA money and just getting better at the thing and meeting other people that are doing the thing too.
Yeah, definitely do it later, but this is not the time to start wholesale.
Yeah. Oh, especially this time of year too. And at the end of the day, all that stuff's limited. I'm sure there's killers out there who are starting wholesale right now that are crushing it. But like in general, this is OA season, boys and girls.
Confirmed you cannot request to get ungated in these alcohol products.
Oh no. Okay, damn.
I was not going to sell them anyway. That just seems like a massive that's just waiting. So that's liability waiting for you there. But I was curious.
If it's over 1 million ranked, don't touch. Yeah, anything even over like
200K, like
yeah. Like, and even you want to start buying less and making sure the chart looks really good if it's like over 100K. Universal size packaging, 9 by 12 polymailers, 12 by 15.5 polymailers, and 15 by 12 by 10 boxes. And that can vary a little bit. Like the most items will fit in those though. Yeah, we got you, Doy. Of course. Right there. We're going to be sharing a lot more free sauce on Wednesday night at the free masterclass we're hosting as well that you guys should go ahead and get registered for too.
For sure. Stuck at 5 to 7K a month doing OA. First goal is to hit 20K. I think just buy deeper on stuff, Doy. See what like the stuff you're already selling. See if the Kiba like dips down in sales rank last Christmas. Like you probably have some low hanging fruit. To me, getting to 100K a month is where you start thinking about wholesale.
Yeah. Should you stay away from listings that sell 100 per month, but like 30 plus hours? Probably, but you're going to make that decision based off the Kiba chart. There, do you offer payment plans for the road? No, man. Just being honest, like if you like, it's probably don't have enough money to do OA in the first place. Do you have a link to the box size, thermal printers, etc.? The thermal printer, there's like you should be lowballing someone on Facebook Marketplace. That is a fact. That's actually even more character development than it is supply acquisition. But yeah, like other stuff like your 4x6 labels are going to be free from UPS. Everything else just get from like Walmart and Amazon. Like don't overthink it. Like I'm sure someone has like a really nice supply video out there.
For sure.
Anyways, you found ChatGPT to help sourcing? No, just go to retail arbitrage. Yeah, go to some retail arbitrage. Yeah, that'll do a lot better. Right there.
I've played around with it. There's not much it can do yet. It can help you like write like wholesale scripts and like it can do a little bit in terms of like wholesale and that end of things. Just is not there for OA.
And you can rent yeah, exactly. Yes, you can get free labels. You can rent a printer as well. But I just love the idea of lowballing people and negotiating with them. I think that's good character development for most young people.
For sure. All right. Are you gonna keep it rolling here, Miles? Or are we gonna?
I'm gonna hop off as well.
Yeah. For those of you guys who are already in the roadmap, we got the community call going on in 2 minutes. So go to the Discord. I just dropped the Zoom link in there for you guys. So if you want to hop on that, you guys can join the roadmap right now down below. But I'll see you guys who are already in the roadmap on that call. Should be a ton of fun.
Yep. Free training Wednesday night. Get registered for it. We will see you guys for Monday tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern on stream as well with Corey and Garrett. Have a great night, everyone. Love you guys. Oh, they're showing love. Love you guys.
See you guys.